Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us. It's a historic day in the world of Western wheat. The Canadian Wheat Board is no longer the sole handler of wheat and barley, and farmers are now free to sell to whomever they please. As Peter Quinlan explains, there are numerous changes in the works for the new CWB, helping to get it started in the open market.
It's the end of a long era. For over 75 years, the Canadian Wheat Board has been the sole handler of Western wheat and barley. And today, farmers and CWB employees alike brace themselves for change.
There, okay, now we're branded.
It's out with the old and in with the new for the former Canadian Wheat Board, now known as the CWB. Many changes are in the works, but on this historic day comes another announcement which may help kickstart the new era.
Today we had another handling partner come on side with us, so we now have all the grain companies in the area are cooperating with the Wheat Board to handle Wheat Board grain.
Klimek says all grain companies across the Midwest and Battlefords are now on board with the CWB, including Richardson Pioneer, Cargill, Viterra, and Louis Dreyfus.
It'll give them more opportunity, definitely. There's more locations that they can deliver to, more people who will be dealing with the CWB contracts on our behalf.
Accessibility, strong prices, and a good growing season so far leaves CWB representatives optimistic as they head into the unknown future.
The new era will bring a lot of different options for farmers that they need to be aware of, but the Canadian Wheat Board, we still feel that we're the most farmer-friendly grain company out there.
Schapansky says grain growers can sign up for contracts anytime, which are already becoming quite popular.
Local farmers have been calling and have been signing up quite regularly already.
But there are others who are less optimistic about the changes.
There's a lot of confusion out there right now amongst some of the farmers. Some farmers have a pretty good handle on what's going on, and we will be holding some more meetings around the country to educate farmers further.
Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.
And the Prime Minister was here on the prairies earlier today, celebrating the end of the Wheat Board's control.
The Wheat Board was originally set up to give Western farmers greater marketing powers, but over the years, many farmers have complained that it took away fundamental liberties and property rights, a position long supported by Conservative politicians in the West. Back in the fall, the Conservative government, with its majority, stripped the Wheat Board of its monopoly powers. Today, that legislation comes into effect, and Prime Minister Stephen Harper came to this farm to help mark the occasion with many supporters, which included many farmers who had been charged under and convicted under previous Wheat Board legislation. Today, the Prime Minister announced those convictions are being pardoned.
For these courageous farmers, their convictions will no longer tarnish their good names. Now, let me just say this to these Canadians: they held firm. Their courage of conviction never faltered, and it is to them that much of this victory is owed.
Now, it's important to note not all farmers support this change. In fact, there's a group of farmers trying to take the federal government to the Supreme Court, alleging the Conservatives passed their legislation illegally. The Conservatives say they're not worried about that challenge and that open markets are now the law of the land. Cameron Macintosh, CBC News, near Kindersley, Saskatchewan.
Border city voters hit the polls for the municipal election this coming fall, and another Lloydminster city councillor has now thrown his name into the ring for re-election.
Well, in discussion with my family and friends and a lot of people in the community asking me to run for re-election, I decided I would make it known that I am running for re-election in the fall.
Saunders says helping the border city grow as an economic powerhouse is one of the key reasons he decided to run.
Just the growth and the excitement of the city of Lloydminster creates a passion for me to continue to work on behalf of the community and all the people that make Lloydminster one of the best places to live in Western Canada.
Saunders was first elected to City Council back in 2003 and has lived and worked in Lloydminster for over 50 years. Well, fragments of a glass have been found inside one brand of alcohol in Alberta, and the government has now issued a province-wide recall. It's for Woody's sarsaparilla with the lot number BB1602 14. The alcohol is sold in packages of 4 330-milliliter bottles, and you can find the lot number below the neck of each individual bottle. The drink is being pulled off liquor store, bar, and restaurant shelves. Anyone who has bought the product can return it to where they originally picked it up for a refund. Area residents are being duped by many online con artists, causing words of caution from both Alberta and Saskatchewan RCMP. Bart Padiasic tells us what to watch out for and what to do if you're the one scammed.
The border city is no stranger to online scammers.
In Lloydminster, we're seeing quite a few of the phone calls where they're coming in saying that there's a virus on your computer and they need access to your computer. And they tell you to go online, go to this location.
The scammer will then delete your important system files and charge you $250 to fix it. In Alberta, the thieves are targeting major online classified sites, asking buyers to send over money before they give over products. In Saskatchewan, the warning goes out to those who are advertising timeshares. The scammer will contact a victim and offer to sell their property quickly, but disappear after receiving money for escrow and taxes. These scammers have been known to provide professional-looking contracts and websites.
Google who you're doing the business with. Just a triple check. Don't just believe because there's a Better Business Bureau icon in the bottom right hand corner that they are a member of the Better Business Bureau.
The RCMP want people to use their common sense.
The bottom line is you should never forward money to anybody that you don't know or haven't done business with before. It's really common sense, and if somebody asks you to forward money, just simply don't do it.
Bull has some simple advice on what people should look for when buying or selling.
One is the legitimacy of the product, and two is it too good to be true? That's the two areas that I always ask myself before I buy anything online.
If you think you're a victim of an online crime, you should call your bank and the RCMP right away. Bart Padiasic, Newcap News.